Hey guys, welcome back to Adelaide Gardening. In today's video, we'll be learning how to get rid of mice in our gardens. This can especially be a rising issue if you have a bird aviary or chicken coop or other animals around the house. A solution could be to use rat poison or mice poison to kill them off, but I personally do not prefer this method of using the poison just in case anything was for to happen. For example, if the mouse takes the poison and places it where my chicken coop or bird aviary is, which can obviously harm or even kill them. Also, by using poison, it can also harm the local birds, such as the crows, pigeons, and parrots that are around the area when they see the poison. So in this video, we are basically going to see how to make a mouse trap, which is for me personally a more efficient way and safer way rather than using mouse poison. And this trap will also be able to catch all the mice around your garden. There are several pieces of equipment needed to make this. Firstly, we need a decent sized bucket that has a depth and width that is enough for the mice to fit. We also need a threaded rod. This over here is a 6mm threaded rod. We can also do any size between 5 to 8mm when it comes to the threaded rod. Anything above 8mm would be too big. For the 6mm threaded rod, we need 2 nuts and 2 washers. Over here is a drill, a 6.5 drill. Next we need a screw for the wood with the drive bit. We also need a vice grip, 10mm spanner, measuring tape, tri-square, texture, side cutter, and cable ties. We also need a small thin wood sheet. We can get this from most areas and stores. It should be the thickness of the plywood wood sheet, and we also need safety glasses. To make this trap, we firstly need to measure the overall diameter of the bucket. For the bucket I am using, it is around 275. What we need to do now is to take 1/3 of that measurement and make a marking. So for me, the marking is around 85. Now I am taking the marker and make this marking at the opposite ends of the bucket as well. Then we take the 6.5 drill and drill the area. Also, make sure to drill the other side where we made the other marking. We now take the threaded rod and add a nut to one side of the rod, then we add a washer behind it. We then maneuver the rod through the hole we have just made in the bucket from one end of the hole to the other end. We add the outer nut and bolt to the other end of the rod to make sure it is secure. Adding a nut and a washer is an important step to ensure that the rod does not come out of its place. Next, we measure the distance between the threaded rod and the lip of the bucket, which is around 100. We double this number, so that would be 200. We then cut the wood by 200 by 60 in width. The measurements don't have to be super accurate, but it's best to be as precise as possible, and the thickness of the wood is around 4 to 5mm. After I have made a marking, I am using the saw to cut out the wood. The measurement of the wood chip is around 185 in length and the width is 65, and like I mentioned before, the thickness of the wood chip is around 4 to 5 mils. Now we are going to place the wood on top of the rod and make these two markings, which we are going to be placing cable ties around these holes to secure the plank. Now we are going to be taking the drill and make holes in the areas that we have placed the markings. Now we are going to be taking two cable ties and loop them around the holes like this. Next, we are going to take the drill and apply the screw on top of the wood chip. Now I'm just going to tighten and adjust the wood plank. Next, we are placing some cheese on the edge of the plank and I'm placing it above the screw. Now we're going to take some water to fill up the bucket. Over here I am going to fill it by using around 40 to 50 mils of water. Now I have dug a hole in the ground to ensure that the bucket is in ground level, which ensures that the mice have easy access when falling into the trap. I am also going to place the leaves and dirt around the bucket to ensure that the bucket is nice and secure. After I placed the bucket, I actually came across a problem. This is because I just realized that one side of the plank is heavier due to the cheese and that the plank would just flip. So to balance this out, we are going to add some weight onto the other side. Over here, I'm using a thick washer and I'm just going to tape it around to make it secure. You can use any type of weight to ensure that the weight is balanced out. Now I can place the bucket onto the ground. So how this trap works is when Mouse smells the cheese, it will climb onto the plank and fall into the water. Also, to increase the chances of the mouse falling into the trap, we could also cut up some cheese bits and place it around the bucket to increase the chance of the mice actually coming. The best time to set the trap is around summer and springtime rather than winter, as that is when the mice is more likely to come out. So I hope you found this video useful, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next video.